celebrity drama?
Shedeur, they're giving us the vibes as if she's dating Portia's ex.
Oh my God.
Check. Music, movies, and viral moments.
Gabrielle Union came out and said that she was doing 50-50 with Dwayne Wade. I have that audio just in case you didn't remember, so let's listen to that.
Check. Exclusives? Come on, y'all. Y'all know I got that over here. The show with all the hot takes, zero filter. Welcome to The Latest with LorenLorosa. I'm LorenLorosa, and I'm going to be bringing you guys where pop culture meets personalities. And over here, baby, we are doing all the things. Give me my tens, because we're going to have a good time. All right, clap it up, clap it up. Get the energy going. By the time we do this, it's been a full day. And whenever y'all see us in here, that means we are still at the radio station. We got Brandon with me today.
It's nice to be back. Thank you for inviting me back.
Now they can see you. Y'all was mad y'all couldn't see Brandon.
Where did you even see the comments at? I want to see what the
YouTube
streets say. Okay, I'll check the comments.
YouTube, yes. I still have to post, y'all. I'm still getting the hang of like the Daily Show and like all the content. It's like 50,000 pieces of content. So as I post clips as well, but YouTube is where the visual goes real strong at. Like, oh my God, they run it up. And they was like, how you gonna have we the one in the comments who told you go get a co-host, and now you got a co-host and we can't see him and blah blah.
No, that's not on her. I didn't have a haircut. I was feeling a little self-conscious that day.
The day you dragged Michelle Obama, the first lady.
That was a good day to hide my face. That's a great day to hide my face. But yeah.
Well, yes. So I'm LorenLorosa. This is The Latest with LorenLorosa. This is your daily dig on everything pop culture and all of the conversations that shake the room. I'm the homegirl that knows a bit about everything and everybody. Brandon, as I told y'all, is here with me, but I want to know how you feeling.
Back on the grind.
I'm feeling, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. But this weekend was an amazing weekend. We celebrated my boy's birthday in Houston. Unfortunately, my flight got delayed like 4 hours.
Going there or coming back?
Coming back.
Okay.
Back. So I landed at like 2 a.m. I had to wake up, of course, at 4 a.m. for work to get here at 5.
Okay.
It was hot as hell on that plane. I was on the plane feeling like, you ever been on a plane and you felt like they was driving too fast? I felt like he was hitting curves. It was shaking. I was like, yo,
what airline did you fly?
United.
Okay.
United.
Okay.
I was like, yo, please slow down. I'm panicking.
And it was no air conditioning.
No, it was hot. My chest was sweating.
That sounds like a tariff ticket to me. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're back from Houston. I feel like I'm feeling better from the coming back Monday from the podcast festival, but I still feel like I need a little bit more sleep. Like Wednesday, I'm gonna be fully out of the, oh my God, this was a long weekend. Yeah. So it's probably gonna take you until like Thursday. Then you be back outside Friday.
Yeah, I was my best self out there,
Your best self.
Yeah, but I'll leave it there, but
your best self.
But yes, I love Houston.
All right, y'all. So let's get to the latest because y'all know I love to take y'all to court. But today, an exclusive interview, this literally just happened moments before, not even before we were recording. It happened once we pressed record to be. Oh, I just burped. Oh, Lord, I ain't even had no tequila. This literally happened the moment that we pressed record to start the podcast. I had reached out, and if you guys watch Breakfast Club, I told you on yesterday's episode of the Breakfast Club about a lawsuit. Misa Hylton, who is the mother of Diddy, Sean Combs' son, Christian Combs, is suing her long time best friend, Mary J. Blige. Y'all know Mary J. Blige. And y'all know, on top of being like, R&B singer, Mary, go Mary, go Mary. She's also super, super close with Puff, super close with Diddy. They all came up together. Misa, it's Respect the Architect. Misa was stylist. She was putting the looks together for Mary. Kim, all the girls, in that orbit. Mary J. Blige, the artist, under Puff. It was like the dream team. Mm-hmm. Their relationship began in the early 90s. She began styling her in the early 90s, and it's been, freaking frack ever since. So when this lawsuit dropped today, I'm not even gonna hold you. Shout out to Grouchy Greg at All Hip Hop. But I'm like, yo, it's no way. They have to have this story wrong. Like, there's no way that Misa Hylton is suing Mary J. Blige, like, at all. But they had it right. And I did talk to them as well on some of the coverage they did, and we talked about that on the Breakfast Club. But for background really quickly, because we were able to talk to the attorney for Misa Hylton. His name is Nick. I'm going to mess this up. where did I put it? Oh, his name is Nicholas Rimshartar. that don't sound right.
Sharitar, right?
Sharitar. His name is Nicholas Rimshartar, and he is representing Misa Hylton in this lawsuit. So he gave us, some exclusive details on like when the friendship and when things fell apart. We're going to get to that, but I want you guys to understand what's happening here. So in this lawsuit, Misa Hylton and her company are alleging that Mary J. Blige and Mary J. Blige's company tried to block Misa out of an artist deal that they had together. New York rapper Vado, speaking in tongues, he's in the middle of this. So basically, Misa Hylton in these documents is alleging that she was said manager for Vado. She was receiving 20% off of his bookings and things like that. Mary J. Blige and her company allegedly were the label, and they were the way that his music was getting out. And they were platforming him because she is Mary J. Blige. So he's, according to these docs, doing bookings via, being around Mary, on tour with Mary, things of that nature. I know that I saw a song that they did together some time back. That's how I even knew that he was signed to her.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought, I'm like, this is random. Why is Mary J. Blige doing a song with Vado? But I'm like, she just, how New York, Jersey, like that whole thing go. Like, so I'm like, maybe she just supporting her home team or whatever. But then I think I saw an interview she did where she talked about signing him.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Misa's like, look, when that whole business thing was going down, allegedly, Mary J. Blige tried to block Misa out. It got to the point where Mary J. Blige allegedly and her boyfriend, who was also the head of her security, were coming to Vado behind Misa's back, according to Misa in these docs, and basically telling Vado, yo, if you come over here with just us and leave her as management, we can get you more money. But on top of that, Misa Hylton also alleges that Mary J. Blige shelved Vado's music. So he has a current project and some songs that he's been wanting to put out. And according to Misa Hylton and some of the, conversations that they put in these documents, it's alleged that Mary J. Blige is like, I'm not releasing no music. Not only is she not releasing music, not only is she no longer platforming him and, not allowing any bookings that would have come through her to happen, but Misa Hylton is also alleging that there would be things like they would do like yacht parties and just different gatherings where it would be very intimate, and conversations would be flowing about Vado having to leave Misa in order to move forward in a strong way with Mary J. Blige and her boyfriend. And Misa wouldn't even be invited to these things, right? And this is her friend. This is her friend. This is her sister. So she's like,
they were just on a trip together, right? Out of the country and
they were just on a trip together. But they always like that Misa Hylton and Mary are like, I could freaking frack. Like, like them being together is like, that's such a normal thing.
Yeah, we've seen them together throughout the years.
What? Yes. Like,
that's why I'm a little. Or did you want to?
No, go ahead.
I was a little confused as to what the bigger play is. Do you think Mary is a financial thing where she wants to get maybe some money from his back catalog or future work, or is she like, is it maybe a personal thing that might have happened that she wants to like cut her out? Like, what do you think your theories are? Obviously we don't know, but
when I saw this, I was confused. I thought it was fake.
Yeah,
that's why I kept like, even when I called, shout out to Greg from All Hip Hop, because I tried to pull the doc myself from the online, like the website where you can get these court docs that are public.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it. I looked under Misa's company name. I looked under everything I could think of and couldn't find it. So I called, shout out to, friends in the media, black media outlets who are not haters.
Yeah.
I called, I'm like, yo, can I get a copy of this lawsuit? Because I'm not finding it. Is it actually even filed?
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I'm like, it can't be filed. And if it's not filed, I got to report it a little bit differently. But more so, I was kind of feeling like, yo, this must be a fake AI situation. Because I don't know what the play is. Because Vado, no shade to Vado, but Vado and his career and the conversation about what's happening versus what's not happening for either ladies in this situation when it comes to his career is no way near bigger than the history that they've done together.
Yeah, and he's just not like the most active, rapper right now. So it's interesting that like to take this route with the relationship.
We are going to find out because we spoke to Nick Rimshartar.
Okay.
Listen, we spoke to Nick, who is Misa Hylton's attorney, and we asked those questions. He gave us the rundown. So take a listen to this.
I mean, that's a fact. I mean, that's a fact that the world knows, and it was a fact that I knew before this came across our table, unfortunately. And you're right. Misa Hylton and Mary J. Blige, they're not just friends. They're non-biological family, probably closer than blood family. And it's very unfortunate that this had to go down like this, because Misa tried every possible avenue in terms of trying to amicably resolve this with Mary, directly with Mary's camp. But unfortunately, and it's unbeknownst to us, why Mary J. Blige and why her camp completely cut off, Miss Hylton. And I can tell you that this Votto lawsuit isn't why their friendship died. And I'm sure you know that. But more importantly, it's the reason, or really the cherry on top of this whole thing. Misa's confused. And Misa's tried to reach out to Mary. We did not want this in the media. We wanted to do what families do. We wanted to sit at the dinner table. We wanted to talk this out, hash this out, scream and yell if you have to, but keep this private. That's what family does. But unfortunately, Misa was backed into a corner and had no other choice.
For me, I mean, first of all, I just appreciate attorneys who are always down to provide context. I think a lot of times when things like this happen and you have, Mary J. Blige is one of the biggest names in, I was going to say on R&B, but in music, period, right?
Yeah.
When you have big names involved, a lot of times attorneys shy away from like media because they don't want things misconstrued, or they're like, I don't want to try this case in the media. But I do think that there always should be context, because the stories are going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you don't provide context, there's no narrative. So I love attorneys who are able to provide context in the way that he did for us, because it helps to paint a picture of a narrative. But he sounds just as confused. And Nick, Misa's attorney, and Misa Hylton sound just as confused about what happened as we do.
One thing that stood out to me was him talking about how Misa's taking every other route besides suing her. And like we said, we're all surprised, like, why did Misa sue Mary if they're that close? But it sounds like she's tried everything, and it's just always tough. I don't know if you've tried to like just doing business with friends and stuff like that. There's always that teetering between friendship
and business.
And like, you could love somebody, like I said, they were just on a trip. You could love somebody to death, but sometimes the business, you want it kind of done your way,
right,
or what you feel is the right way. So it's always tough to like put that aside,
right?
Especially like how much energy you dedicate to something. So I know that's a tough situation they're in right now.
I think too, well, for me, when it comes to doing business with friends, what I've learned is like, I said I don't, but that's not true. I do, and you can, but you gotta you just approach it and stand off a bit differently. Like, I would rather be like an investor in something that my friend is doing versus like an active, not silent partner because of, you know what I mean, coming to heads about things. Or if I have a friend that like, I decide like works for me, it's like, I put them in a position where I can empower them, but like I also have to know, your friends as well too.
Yeah.
I also have to know that this friend is a friend that like really wants to do the job, is willing to learn, so that when I come to them like, yo, that's not right. You did it wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? They're not taking it personal. It don't make it weird for us. It's like, no, I'm here to learn type of vibe. But another thing for me is, how do they come out of this?
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you. How would you handle business that has gone wrong with somebody very close to you? Like, what would you do? Would you scrap the business and save the friendship, or take this route on, you know what, like, I have to take her to court because we have paperwork and all this stuff. Like, what route would you take? I mean, those are not the only two routes, but
listen, I don't blame Misa Hylton for handling her business in court if she felt like that's what she needed to do. But I think for me, I would just I wouldn't go this route. I wouldn't file a lawsuit. Not because it's like, oh my God, girl, that was supposed to be your friend, but just because it's like, I hear you, right?
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm cool. I'm here. Look, Votto, look, go ahead. Go be managed.
Yeah.
It's not worth the headache for me.
Yeah.
Now, and maybe I'm thinking like that because, it's Votto, and he's in a point right now where like it's not like he's like the biggest artist out of New York. He is an artist with records and things and talent and things of that nature, but it's not like he is,
Boss Man D-Lo
or a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, so there's business, of course, and maybe there's some things and contractual things that we don't know about that like Misa can't just walk away from. So this is the only way.
Yeah.
But if for me, with everything that I have happening right now, it's not worth it. Yo, come here, attorney. Hey, Nick, can you call Mary? Tell her we're gonna send over some paperwork that she got it. She want Votto, she got him. Just because, and also too, Misa Hylton has so much going on in her life right now. Her son's father, Sean Combs, Diddy, is fighting for his life right now in a New York court, right? And then you got to go through this and sue your best friend.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And we asked Nick, Misa Hylton's attorney, about how Misa is because of all of that. Listen to this.
I mean, she's upset. There's a lot going on. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Sean Combs and what's going on with him, it's unfortunate, but it affects everybody. You know, Misa's a wonderful woman. You know, Sean's kids are wonderful, wonderful kids. I can't say more about them. They really were raised as gentlemen. And I deal with them on a consistent basis. They're everybody's upset. Everybody's hurt. No one knows which way is up. There's so many question marks. So this just adds more fuel to a fire that didn't need to be ignited to this extent. But she's upset. And again, she's more upset of the relationship. It's like all of a sudden you have a sister that you've been with forever, and 40 years later, all of a sudden your sister stops talking to you and you have no reason why. It's going to be upsetting on all sorts of different levels.
Yeah, man. I don't know. And that's what I mean by it's a lot going on.
Yeah, like to answer the question I asked, I don't think I could sue my best friend. I think I would really, scrap it. But honestly, like after all this, it's like it's already
It's done.
the relationship is already scarred.
It's
You know
bad.
what I mean? So regardless of if like she just drops it and lets it go, like it kind of does reveal the person they are to do that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like boxing, I think boxing somebody out of a business that they're part of, because I think when the article said she's like entitled to 20% of
Yeah.
Vado's earnings. So to like just leave me out of meetings, to leave me out of any transactions or anything that's pertaining to our business we have together, I think that's like, you can take that personal. I know everybody says it's just business, but because you're friends, you're more likely to take stuff like that personal. So.
100%. Oh, yes. Because it is it is just business, but it's like a lot of times when you do business with people, it's transactional.
Yeah.
So it's like if things go wrong, it's like I understood, like it's like dealing with a guy who like tells you he don't. Why I relate everything to relationships. And don't got one. It's like dealing with a guy who tells you that like he only wants to be friends, right? And he because men be caving, like they don't ever really stick to that. But if he really does stick to that, and because you be just friending.
What? Why you fucking shake like that? You be I be what? Sorry, go ahead.
You not friend zone, but you be just friends with a lot of people.
Yes.
That you're also dating.
Yeah, I like to snap out of that.
But if you really stick to that,
yeah.
Can a girl be upset that you don't do things that a boyfriend or someone who's seriously interested would do?
I mean, as I become more realistic about that, they can be upset. You know what I mean? I really do feel like they have every right to be upset, because especially based on your behavior. If you're saying you're buying them flowers, taking them out on dates,
so you be
y'all
courting.
fornicating. Yeah, if you're courting and then looking at them crazy like, yo, you already know what it is.
Nah. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like the business relationships. Like when I think of business relationships, I think of it like ain't no courting. It's like, yo, what you doing at 2 o'clock?
Okay.
You trying to pull up? Okay, bet. Cool. Next week, next month, whenever, like something like that.
That's y'all have an agreement more.
Yeah,
okay,
transactional business relationships are like that. And if you know that is the case, if you're dealing with this guy and that's the case, you can't be upset that he don't want to stay for dinner.
But y'all always be upset. Not you. Y'all as a whole.
I'm not getting in those type of transactional relationships at this point in my life.
Okay.
First of all, okay. Clock it, okay. Actually, never mind, I'm not gonna.
We about to deep talk.
I'm doing good over here. Okay,
That's
don't
great.
worry.
Glad to hear that. No, I like to see you happy. That's great.
See me happy. We moving on. Why you about to tell my business? We're moving on. What I was trying to say was, is that it seems like when you're doing business with friends, it's not like I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Your friend you feels like owed you something outside of business as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that goes into like, integrity in your morals. And we don't know everything that happened here. Yeah. I have reached out to Mary J. Blige's side. I have not heard back from them yet. I actually did get a phone call back from them after the Breakfast Club. I called them before we did the segment on the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. I did get a phone call back, missed it, tried to call back before the podcast, and have not heard back. So hopefully once I do talk to that side, and I've also reached out to Vado as well now too, we got to get some more like, painting on the, or color on the painting, some more context. But from what it seems like, Misa was expecting certain things of her friend in business and didn't get it. And because of that, and in real time, they're losing money because of these things that they set up for this artist to be able to do. She decided to do a lawsuit. So we just got to see where it flows, see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they can make up and, handle this amicably. So I'm wishing them the best for sure.
Who you telling? That breaks my heart to see this. Like, it really does. I think as a fashion girly, knowing how, because Misa Hylton, for those of you guys who don't know, she's not just I talked about her styling a bit, but she's not just the mother of, a baby mama when it comes to Diddy. Like, she is the fashion and creative director eye behind a lot of the iconic moments that you've seen on Little Kim. She put Little Kim in that one boob outfit for the Met Gala. Styled Mary for years. Like, she has literally been the architectural fashion eye behind a lot of Bad Boy and all that stuff. And did it with, like, they all did it together.
Yeah.
So it breaks my heart to see this. Now, taking it to the streets.
You for the tweets.
We outside in the streets.
Every other page I go.
Because y'all know we be outside. To the tweets. So Philip Lewis, who works for AP, he's one of my journalists that I love to follow on Twitter. I'm sorry. He works for Huffington Post. Is Huffington Post a part of AP? Whatever. So Philip Lewis, who works for Huffington Post, he's a deputy editor over there. He tweeted out the lawsuit, and he said, stylist Misa Hylton is suing Mary J. Blige for allegedly refusing to drop rapper Vado's completed album until he cuts ties with the fashion professional. Now, the Twitter, comments are going to Twitter. So somebody responded and said, Dominique Horn, I am Dominique Horn, said, Mary J. Blige trying to tell a person from Harlem to cut ties with Misa Hylton, because Vado's from Harlem, is like telling the Max B fan to stop thinking he's coming home soon.
Oh, shit.
That is a very New York, New Jersey tweet.
Yeah,
it's like you
very
gotta,
specific.
like you gotta understand.
Yeah.
I'm not even from here, but I have so many friends from New York, and I also have a lot of friends from Harlem, and I just know how particular people are about being from Harlem and about Misa, and I know how particular New York people are very delusional about Max B.
Yeah.
Max
Free
B
the
been
wave.
home. Oh, the wave been
Yeah.
home and free for a long time. If we leave it up to y'all, y'all keep doing songs with him.
Yeah.
Like,
Give you a verse with the quickness.
okay. Quinn Foz said, so basically, allegedly, Mary J is doing the same thing Puff did to her. Not a real statistic. Seems like I'm not even gonna read this because I don't want to read nothing that's not real. But yeah, so Quinn Foz says, so basically, allegedly, Mary is doing the same thing that Puff did to her. This is whack of her, and she's going to do, and she's done, this is whack of her, and she's done some whack things that people dismiss because she's Mary. What Mary done did that's whack? I don't know nothing that Mary has done that's whack.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I hope they don't misconstrue this, but she seems to be the victim of a lot of things that happen to her in life.
No,
I
for
mean,
real.
Yeah, her
She be-
divorce, like, it's,
right, she's still paying that man.
yeah, that's rough.
She was just on stage talking about how the men don't be worth her time. And
She got to work hard, yo. She's like doing so much.
Everything about Mary be given. All my life I had to fight, and I hate that for her. I really always looked at Mary like she is literally the architect of the hip hop R&B wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she deserves to enjoy her money and her time, and it seems like she's always just having to carry this weight of things.
Maybe it's fight.
Maybe it's because her music feels like that too. I'll do one more. So Rod Wayne tweeted, Mary don't need any more L's in the courtroom. Please work this out. I think what Rod is referring to is the divorce with Mary J. Blige's ex-husband, where she had to pay him all that money.
Yeah, what was the alimony looking like?
I'm about to look it up right now. How much money did Mary J. Blige ex-husband get?
$30K a month.
$30,000 a month in spousal support was the ruling. This was significantly less than the $129,000 that he actually requested. Additionally, Blige was ordered to cover Isaac's legal fees, which totaled in $235,000. And she had to pay retroactive spousal support. So she had to pay spousal support for the time before the time before the judge awarded him this. Like from
Listen, I'm for men getting alimony as well, but this is a bias, depending on who it's to. I don't like this happening to Mary at all.
I don't
Nasty
either.
word.
So I hope they figure it out. But in the meantime, until they don't, y'all know we'll be right here giving you the latest. Because that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Brandon, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me on again.
You gonna be back?
I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, as long as you'll have me, I'll be back. Yeah.
So you can come like every day.
Yes.
We friends in business.
Oh shit, we gonna end up like me.
Don't be.
Who gonna be who?
No.
Oh, you gonna be married?
No.
Because you love her so much.
I'll be wearing boots.
Now I gotta keep an eye on you. Now I gotta keep an eye on you.
Go, Loren.
Now I
Go,
gotta keep an
Loren.
eye on you.
Go,
But nah,
Loren.
we not gonna wish that
I
on.
keep hearing, how can I love some? Oh, that's the Lil Kim. Well, okay. Anyway,
Yes.
I don't got no money. This only the 4th week of the podcast.
we
We
gonna work it
trapping out the iHeart studio,
I'ma
right?
need the
We done got our
boots.
set, yeah.
If you do me wrong, I'm taking the boots. I'm taking you to court for the
Well,
boots.
thank you for joining me. Brandon will be back, y'all. And I appreciate you guys. At the end of the day, there's always a lot to talk about. And I tell y'all every single time how much I appreciate you for being right here with me to talk about it. Because y'all could be anywhere listening to anybody, but you're right here with the latest with LorenLorosa. I'm your host, LorenLorosa, and I will see you guys in my next episode.